Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, January 30th, at 2:22 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 697 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. As Wisconsin's Johnson weighs future, Trump ties take a toll. Two women charged in Capitol riot said they were looking for Pelosi to shoot her in the friggin' brain. Bewildering and deeply disappointing, California sheriff's deputy arrested, charged with making up ambush shooting. U.S. soldiers taken to hospital after drinking antifreeze they mistook for alcohol. Washington man in custody after police find car stuffed with body parts. Stimulus checks could be cut for people who owe money to the government, experts say. Mayor Texas police chief accused of cheating resigns after arrest. Marjorie Taylor Greene suggested Ruth Bader Ginsburg had been replaced by a body double. NC cop seized nearly $1 million in cash during a traffic stop. The feds want it. Woman charged in husband's stabbing death collapses in court. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Some districts and parents are pushing for a return to in-person school after nearly a year of coronavirus, CNN. D.C. area forecast, chilly today ahead of a snowstorm that gets underway Sunday morning, The Washington Post. Robinhood says it temporarily curbed buying of some securities as deposit requirement increased tenfold, Reuters. NASA's SLS rocket will go through a second and longer hot fire test, Engadget. CDC issues sweeping mask mandate for planes, public transportation in U.S., The Washington Post. Moderna, latest data confirms mRNA 1273 is best in class, Yahoo Finance. Cardinals closing in on blockbuster trade for Arenado, per source, hours after finalizing deal with Wainwright, STLtoday.com. Deschutes County pauses COVID-19 vaccination appointments for seniors, KTVZ. LANCA flying blind on new COVID-19 mutants, Fauci calls virus variants a wake-up call, deadline. WHO team visits second Wuhan hospital in virus investigation, Como News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Anderson Cooper interviews ex-QAnon follower who believed CNN anchor ate babies. Charlotte Observer issues damning plea for GOP Rep Madison Cawthorn. Lifelong Republican donor quits GOP, absolutely now the party of QAnon. Woman arrested after FBI says she boasted on selfie she wanted to shoot Nancy Pelosi. Public health expert names what Trump may have got most wrong about pandemic. Marjorie Taylor Greene's history of bigoted, conspiratorial views laid bare in 60 seconds. Texas sends out wild Amber Alert for vicious Chucky doll and his missing son. Slain Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick to lie in honor at Rotunda. Furry horn shaman who stormed Capitol now willing to testify against Trump. FBI, pipe bombs at RNC, DNC were planted night before Capitol riot. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Senator wants to help slow brain drain. FMR detention officer heading to jail as prisoner. Man dies in hospital parking lot, denied care. Escaped inmate captured in ceiling of hospital. Man had 8 double vodkas before hit and run. Father, daughter and son all die only days apart. Boy assisted rescue of woman who wandered during snowfall. Boy, 12, charged in shooting death of girl, 9. Teen brings loaded gun to school. Woman guilty of murder of stepdaughter. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. A California college tries to shield an entire city from coronavirus. For McCarthy and McConnell, two paths on Trumpian crisis management. As protests grip Russia, Putin critics of many stripes rally around Navalny. How the search for COVID-19 treatments faltered while vaccines sped ahead. Fact-checking Biden's first week in office. Forecast, wild weather in a warming world. 11 Fort Bliss soldiers hospitalized after drinking antifreeze, officials say. The Australian Open will allow up to 30,000 spectators a day. Which COVID vaccine should you get? Experts weigh the effect against severe disease. Rangers, Celtic and the perils of a zero-sum game. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Ohio Republicans pitch President Donald J. Trump Day to celebrate one of the greatest. 3 free ways to refresh your home. Super Bowl halftime show, what we know. Iraq kills ISIS commander, week after Baghdad suicide blasts. Kamala Harris TV appearance in West Virginia surprises mansion, that's not working together. Louise Linton plays murderers, revengeful ex and writer directorial debut film Me You Madness. Hive updates, calling QAnon shaman as impeachment witness would turn trial into circus, Graham says. Jack Palladino, detective hired by Bill Clinton to discredit women in 1992, on life support after robbery. Tucker, Dems rhetoric, actions show they're more afraid now that Donald Trump has left office. Gabbard, Pelosi's enemy is within the House claim is like match into a tinderbox. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, January 30th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stimulus check latest, will the $1,400 payment survive negotiations on the American Rescue Plan? Super Bowl LV an opportunity for country to come together, says CBS Sports Chairman Sean McManus. CBS Sunday Morning's Martha Teichner on book When Harry Met Minnie, dogs are living beings that are fully capable of emotion. 84-year-old Maine man will keep Super Bowl streak going in Tampa. Bernie Sanders doll a hot commodity for crocheters nationwide. Pandemic is forcing Girl Scouts to get creative during cookie season. CBS Tony Romo compares Brady Mahomes' Super Bowl LV matchup to 1998 Michael Jordan vs. young LeBron James. Film production in LA hits lowest point in 25 years. CIT, Jack, the special needs dog, gets outpouring of love after potential adopter stands him up. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Gogglebox staff say they are screened at 12 hours a day and suffer inhumane working conditions. Police break up French warehouse orgy involving 100 people. Historian Tom Holland joins fight to stop chapel roof collapsing at St. Bartholomew the Great Church. Netflix's new Sutton who filmed The Dig is caught up in sexism row. Cabinet tussle over 10 pot for cladding victims. Superfit father of one, 46, who worked out twice a day dies from COVID after being put into coma. Boris Johnson wants exercise rules in lockdown relaxed as schools reopen. Metal detectorist finds 2 million centerpiece jewel of Henry VIII's lost crown buried under a tree. Animals Hilton Valentine dies age 77 after topping charts with 60s hit The House of the Rising Sun. Meghan Markle will stay home while Prince Harry visits the UK. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Ukraine stayed quiet during Trump-era pressures, now it's sharing some Giuliani tales. As France's coronavirus vaccine efforts flounder, some see an emblem of national decline. Novavax COVID-19 vaccine news welcomed in South Africa. Somalia faces troubled national election as time runs out. Indian farmers begin hunger strike amid fury against Modi. Vaccine rollout faces challenges in France's poorest region. UN urges countries to repatriate 27,000 children from Syria. World leaders pledge a great reset after the pandemic. What to know about Navalny's protest movement in Russia, and why it unnerves Putin. China to stop recognizing special UK passports for Hong Kongers as Britain opens door. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Coronavirus Live News, Coachella Festival cancelled, fears over Australian vaccine. 2020 was deadliest year for migrants crossing unlawfully into US via Arizona. Sophie, acclaimed avant pop producer, dies age 34. India blocks mobile internet at sites of farmers' protest. Madlib, rap right now should be like Public Enemy, but it's just not there. Serena Williams, my most embarrassing moment, I don't get embarrassed. Real breaking New York wit Fran Lebowitz is every rider's fantasy, here's why Hadley Freeman. The real lesson of the GameStop story is the power of the swarm. Brett Scott. Myanmar military vows to abide by constitution amid coup fears. Dizzying pace of Biden's climate action sounds death knell for era of denialism. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Western storm moving east with heavy snow from Chicago to New York. 12 dead in Russia truck bus accident. Biden, Democrats hit gas on push for $15 minimum wage. American Airlines set to issue new stock after price run-up. Workers escape deadly leak by going through nitrogen fog. Detroit teens charged as adults in Uber driver slaying. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Coronavirus, WHO criticizes EU over vaccine export controls. Japanese woman kept mother's body in freezer for 10 years. Cuba helicopter crash, 5 dead after aircraft left Holguin. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Democrat to move to get away from controversial Republican. Brian Sicknick, officer killed in Capitol riot to lie in honor. Jonas Kwamwa, the South African jazz icon who stood up to apartheid. Coronavirus, what's behind Latin America's oxygen shortages? Russian anti-Putin anger spreads, we have to protest. Amsterdam drugs, tourists face ban from cannabis cafes. Australian Open to allow up to 30,000 fans to attend per day. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Meat Flow, an old Winnebago delivering COVID-19 tests, flu shots and food to students in need. Medical school application surge as COVID-19 inspires Black and Latino students to become doctors. The rise and fall of a father-son drug ring linked to multiple deaths and the Sinaloa cartel. Massachusetts Rep. Stephen Lynch, vaccinated for virus, test positive, Iowa health leaders begging for patience, latest COVID-19 updates. He was sacrificed for being Black, Billboard project aims to keep George Floyd's death at forefront of racial justice movement. Today in history for January 30th. Thousands take to the streets to protest near total abortion ban. Actors say virtual Sundance keeps focus on films. Health workers stuck in snow give drivers vaccine. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. California COVID-19 deaths top 40,000, or 1 out of every 1,000 residents. Los Angeles Police Department shoot man after he allegedly threatened his wife and family, pulled gun on officers. County by county, here's how to get a COVID-19 vaccine in Southern California. Santa Clara County deputy charged with faking his own shooting. Coachella and Stagecoach festivals cancelled, again. Extremist accused of plotting to attack Newsom, a dangerous Nazi sympathizer or a mouthy drunk. Section of Highway 1 near Big Sur collapses in winter storm. How to get your first and second COVID-19 vaccine dose in Riverside County. Dora Padilla, school trustee who crusaded for children and inspired Latinos, dies. COVID test on the fly. Oakland is the first airport in the country to offer it from vending machines. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, January 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Experts warn of China's growing media influence in Africa. U.S. airstrike kills top Islamic State leader in Iraq. Maskless crowds pack Australian Open tennis exhibition in COVID-free Adelaide, as Australia around 13 days COVID-free. Chinese vessels detained by Vanuatu, accused of fishing illegally. Japanese woman hid mother's body in freezer for 10 years over fear of being evicted. Japan. U.S. plans to end fossil fuel finance overseas, threatens billions in support for oil and gas. Israel has voiced concern over U.S. plans to lift sanctions imposed on the International Criminal Court. Israel fears ICC will reopen probe into suspicions of Israeli war crimes against Palestinians in 2014. India fastest in the world to reach 3 million vaccinations. Poland, thousands protest against abortion law for third straight night. Russia began cultivating Trump as asset 40 years ago, ex-KGB spy says, Business Insider. Study finds that Brazil's Jair Bolsonaro carried out an institutional strategy to spread the coronavirus. EU backtracks on decision to block supply of vaccines to Northern Ireland. Catholic school sex education resource says men are the initiators and women are responders. A Catholic relationship and sex education program being used in UK schools says that contraception is wrong and suggests gay people should abstain from sex. Shock and anger at EU's move to invoke Brexit clause on Irish border vaccines and immunization. The next headlines are from Forbes. Without better charging infrastructure, the EV revolution is doomed. Sundance 2020, In the Earth is a strong horror entry with gorgeous imagery. Jimmy Garoppolo, San Francisco 49ers at a point of no return. Will N95 face masks be necessary with more transmissible COVID-19 coronavirus variants? St. Louis Cardinals poised to join an LA Leafs with blockbuster Nolan Arenado trade. Is it surprising that Coachella 2021 is cancelled? WWE SmackDown results, winners, news and notes on January 29, 2021. Boston Celtics Brad Stevens takes heat, but Danny Ainge deserves it. South Korea shows OECD how it's done in COVID-19 era. Rookie Dusty Henriksen wins X Games snowboard knuckle huck. Jamie Anderson becomes first woman in contest. The next headlines are from Nature.com. J&J's one-shot COVID vaccine offers hope for faster protection. How to redesign COVID vaccines so they protect against variants. Daily Briefing, How Psychedelics Are Shaking Up Psychiatry. Novavax offers first evidence that COVID vaccines protect people against variants. COVID research updates, an antibody that clamps onto the COVID virus's Achilles heel. COVID-19 rarely spreads through surfaces, so why are we still deep cleaning? How some viruses give you the sniffles year after year. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,682,779,615 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. On the Count of Three review, Jared Carmichael's lively buddy comedy of despair. Wipeout contestant died of a heart attack, autopsy finds. In the Earth review, treat yourself to a shot of COVID-inspired weekly weirdness. Woodstock 50 quietly settles contentious legal battle with financial backer. John and the Whole review, child actor Charlie Shotwell goes deep in creepy family portrait. CBS retains law firm to probe misconduct claims at TV stations. How It Ends review, a sweetly personal yet wearisome apocalyptic indie grappling with the world's end. Coachella's April dates cancelled by public health officer. OWN to honor Cicely Tyson with special airing of Oprah's Masterclass, TV News Roundup. The Pink Cloud review, Brazilian chamber piece nails lockdown life with aching, accidental accuracy. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Despite setting a new tone, Biden faces tough decision on dealing with Congress. In Philadelphia, a scandal erupts over vaccination startup led by 22-year-old. Two Proud Boys members indicted in attack on U.S. Capitol. Pipe bombs believed to have been placed night before attack on U.S. Capitol. Johnson & Johnson executive says vaccine works where it counts, preventing deaths. New York City could allow indoor dining for Valentine's Day. Coronavirus frequently asked questions, I'm using a UV light to disinfect stuff, is that a good idea? Women fleeing Venezuela are targeted with sexual assault as they cross into Colombia. From Elon Musk to AOC, everybody has a tweet about GameStop. EU authorizes AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine for people over 18. The following headlines are from The Week. College costs and your child's GPA. Wall Street has its worst week since October amid GameStop chaos. The week's best photojournalism. The Daily Gossip. Jon Stewart joined Twitter to rant about Wall Street, popcorn has nothing on the Snyder Cut meal box, and more. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene says freedom is earned with the price of blood in newly resurfaced video. HBO wants you to eat a $130 box meal while watching the reworked Justice League. The Week contest, breakup. Ex-FBI lawyer gets no prison time for altering Carter Page email. Rep. Cori Bush is moving her house office after alleged harassment from Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene. FBI, pipe bombs were placed at RNC and DNC headquarters night before Capitol riot. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Leggy this week, Texas redistricting will be a summer showdown. The next headlines are from Universe Today. We now have a 3D map of the 525 closest brown dwarfs. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, January 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Moon and Lion's Heart rise mid-evening January 29th and 30th. Another terrible year for wildfires and smoke in the U.S. in 2020. Lunar New Year 2021 starts February 12th in Asia, amid concerns. What is the sickle in Leo? Your best photos from winter 2021. The next news is from Politico. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Europe okays AstraZeneca vaccine for all adults. EU drops Irish border move and plan to curb vaccine exports. French president, AstraZeneca vaccine seems quasi ineffective on older people. Brian Sicknick, police officer killed in insurrection, to lie in honor at Capitol. Wall Street faces Washington crackdown after GameStop roller coaster. Opinion expelling Marjorie Taylor Greene is just crazy talk. Biden faces pressure to oust federal student loan chief appointed by DeVos. GOP under pressure to take action against Marjorie Taylor Greene. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Late rally falls short for Kings in loss to impressive 36ers. Meet Steve Golszewski, the man behind Fortress Queensland. Is buying an ETF that tracks U.S. shares a good retirement strategy? Floodgates open as Sky Blues trounce Bulls in stormy A-League derby. Bomb-making manuals found in home of Proud Boy who stormed Capitol, prosecutors. Crows signal finals aspirations in Randall's sparkling return. Finding common ground, why Drew Barrymore is taking on the talk show scene. I was so traumatized by my previous relationships, Megan Washington. Annabelle Hickson on her go-to Aussie brands for relaxed, farm style. A facial that will refresh your skin after the summer break. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Market Extra, this big Wall Street player made out like a bandit on AMC stock. FA Center, what January's market decline means for stock returns in 2021. The Margin, Jon Stewart is on Twitter, racking up followers by the tens of thousands and picking sides in the GameStop saga. The Tell, get ready for a 10% stock drop, driven by the 3 Rs, warns Bank of America. The Fed, Dallas Fed's Kaplan more optimistic about growth this year, won't discuss timing of exit. Here's the best way to double mask in 30 seconds flat, only one mask required. The big move, shopping for a home and scared of COVID-19, here's how real estate agents are keeping clients safe. Newswatch, here are the biggest short squeezes in the stock market, including GameStop and AMC. Lawsuits see conspiracy in Robinhood's GameStop moves, but experts doubt narrative. Market Snapshot, U.S. stocks skid Friday to book worst week since October, as GameStop ruckus and vaccine news stress market. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Patent is exclusive privilege given for invent, the Hitavita. Justices seek response in American Axle's IP eligibility row, Law 360. Editorial, Biden needs an innovation agenda, Fredericksburg.com. All hands on deck, ensuring innovation, not just patents, from all, Tech Dirt. Tiptronic sues Kep for patent royalties on scoring knife, Bloomberg Law. PTAB trials disproportionately harm small businesses, Law 360. Valve faces lawsuit over Steam controller patent allegations, Destructoid. Lightwave Logic provides corporate update on strategic intellectual property development efforts, Authority. World Afghan Patent Landscape Report 2020, Strategic and Technological Paths by Leading Companies and Newcomers, PR Newswire. Top analyst reports for Apple, Microsoft and Tesla, NASDAQ. The next headlines are from Quartz. The GameStop bubble isn't a revolt against Wall Street. GM just sped up the depreciation of everything it owns. Anti-Sikh prejudice now threatens to overshadow the narrative around India's farmer protests. The stock market frenzy is giving AMC theaters a new lease on life. South African wine sales are up nearly everywhere in the pandemic except at home. Everything we know about Johnson & Johnson single-dose COVID-19 vaccine. Japan's surging electricity prices are a warning for Asian countries. Robinhood just so happens to have a congressional lobbyist job opening. The GameStop trade needed short sellers to work, and so do markets. The dark side of the democratization of trading. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Microsoft patent, chatbots made from the online habits of dead people. Content moderation case study, Twitter removes account of human rights activist, 2018. All hands on deck, ensuring innovation, not just patents, from all. The clock is ticking on our public domain game jam. Discord takes over moderation of our Wall Street bet server as Facebook shuts down popular stock trading group. The lies told about the EU copyright directive's upload filters may help get them thrown out in court. Daily Deal, LightKey Pro text prediction software. No, revoking Section 230 would not save democracy. Georgia towns sue Netflix in flimsy bid to nab a slice of the pie. Police chief demands holes in encryption because some cops decided to participate in the DC insurrection. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Sutton Hoo. Finding Oana. Nolan Arenado. Corey Bush. Palmer. The Dig. The Little Things. John Cheney. Keith Gill. Cot Dennings. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Unknown, unheard of group claims responsibility for blast near Israeli mission in India. Police attempt to verify claims, media. Fat and old, Russian champion blasts UFC's Conor McGregor, but new footage shows Dustin Poirier's wife praising him, video. Billionaire and Mets owner Steve Cohen off Twitter after he helped GameStop ravaged protege, branded Redditor investors jockeys. Pro-Western liberal, anti-migrant nationalist, or political opportunist, who exactly is Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny? Russian LNG production sees modest jump in 2020. U.S. imposes federal mask mandate on all forms of public transportation from February 1st. GameStop investor clash will be won by Wall Street sharks because the game is rigged, analysts. Chinese tech giant Xiaomi sues Pentagon and U.S. Treasury, demanding removal from blacklist linking it to Beijing's military. 11 U.S. Army troops hospitalized after drinking antifreeze during field exercise, mistaking it for booze. EU aborts plan to restrict vaccine exports through Northern Ireland, after drawing scorn from London and Dublin. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Conservatives must now draw a line in the sand and stop the Great Reset. California's DMV has issued permits for Baidu to begin testing driverless vehicles. Texas governor orders agencies to sue Biden admin for climate actions that kill jobs. Amid shortage, Ecuador police bust clinic giving 1,000 of fake COVID vaccines. Would you be considered a domestic terrorist under this new bill? Antifa attacks Portland ICE building, hurls mortars and rocks at feds. Former Navy SEAL, the miseducation of Antony Blinken. Manhattan retail rents plunge in prime shopping areas. The democratization demonization of speculation. Global government trust bubble bursts in 2020, led by China and UK. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Solar technology assists Gaza's contaminated water emergency. Ethiopia, why is starvation stalking Tigray? France's Le Pen, at record high in a poll, proposes hijab ban. 8 Afghan security personnel killed in Taliban attack. Myanmar's newly elected parliament set to meet amid coup threats. Indigenous people are paying the price for vaccine thieves. Tough times for Lebanon's biggest optimist. UAE ready to cooperate with UN, new U.S. administration on Libya. What is behind the renewed violence in Car? Thailand protests, how much is the king worth? The next headlines are from Breitbart. Chicago alderman hires private firm to keep citizens safe while pumping gas. Black Lives Matter movement nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. Mayor Muriel Bowser continues advocacy, the time for DC statehood is now. Garar, Cuomo absolutely wrong that nursing home order was federal guidance, he has to own this. Texas judge to extend curbs on Joe Biden's no deportation policy. Sanders, only way we'll open schools safely is passing COVID bill through reconciliation. Emotional Keystone Pipeline worker blasts Biden for firing workers by signing a piece of paper. Illinois Governor Pritzker blocks troops from helping Chicago, sends them to D.C. instead. Tim Tebow, caught comics share personal stories of their mothers who rejected abortion. Democrats seek to ban federal agencies from using illegal alien term. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, animal control officers rescue deer from rope swing. Idaho man collects $250,000 lottery jackpot, his sixth big win. Watch, woman discovers 14 years after wedding that she has the wrong dress. Watch, girl, 1, uninjured when tree crashes through ceiling. Boy, 12, breaks Guinness record with Star Wars Lego set. Look, Dr. Dolittle return to Canadian Library was 82 years overdue. Watch, 643-piece collection of Kansas City Chiefs items gets international attention. Escaped wallaby captured after 2-hour chase through Belgian city. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. As Americans we are one of a kind, Part 2. 5 weirdest sleep disorders. As Americans we are one of a kind, Part 1. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. More contagious and dangerous South African variant of COVID-19 has now reached South Carolina. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. This sassy iguana thinks he's a supermodel posing at the beach, video. Postman who started the online craze for sea shanties has now quit his job to pursue a career in music. This wood grown in a lab could cut deforestation, with furniture made from plant cells. Billionaire Mark Cuban's new drug company is producing low-cost generic drugs cutting 90% of the markup. Miami team able to bring basketball fans back to arena with the help of COVID-sniffing dogs. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, January 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Sausage company reopens after a misunderstanding with the health department. Jessica Simpson offers her sympathies for Subway's recent tuna confusion. Thief facing 8 years in prison for stealing digital knife in Counter-Strike, global offensive. Texas sends out Amber Alert for Child's Play Chucky doll. Canada Airlines agree to cancel all flights to warm destinations. No tuna in Subway's tuna sandwiches and wraps, lawsuit claims. Rent-a person who does nothing in Tokyo receives endless requests, gratitude, the Mainichi. Louisiana cemetery changes whites-only contract after black sheriff's deputy denied burial. Scientists solve the mystery of why wombats have cube-shaped poo. Subway lashes out at baseless lawsuit, insists sandwiches are 100% tuna. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Netflix is testing a sleep timer for your late-night binges. The youngest AI programmer in the world is a 7-year-old Guinness record holder. Google CEO slammed by AI ethics researcher for blaming public feud on transparency. MIT's new liquid neural network learns on the job, so robots can adapt to changing conditions. Forget Hyperloop, check out China's new 620kmph maglev prototype. Learn in-demand technical skills in Python, machine learning, and more with this academy. Spotify patents Siri mood detecting tech to recommend you songs. Gothenburg gears up to test future transport tech in the heart of town. A frustrating timeline of Tesla Roadster delays. How UK startups are keeping their EU connections alive after Brexit. The following headlines are from Science Daily. How is human behavior impacting wildlife movement? Chumash Indians were using highly worked shell beads as currency 2,000 years ago. The next headlines are from Information Week. SEOs to accelerate digital business transformation in 2021. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, January 30th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Struggling Bojan Bogdanovic gets aggressive as Utah Jazz knock off Mavericks again for 11th straight win. The triple team, Jazz defense is at its very best once again as Jazz blow out Mavericks. Extra doses lead to long lines at Utah County Vaccination Clinic. Utah man arrested after Capitol riot is accused of violating conditions of release. Is the University of Utah's new chief safety officer looking to leave? Jana Reese, LDS leaders may be seeing the erosion of their traditional power. Photos, Olympic cauldron returns to University of Utah. Corner Canyon's Jackson Dart named Max Prepp's National Football Player of the Year. Bagley cartoon, Baby Bites Back. Police ask for public's help to locate Utah man charged with raping, exploiting teenage girl. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Biden orders sweeping review of government science integrity policies. Surround sound from lightweight roll-to-roll printed loudspeaker paper. Amazon can make just about anything, except a good video game. Tesla Roadster delayed to 2022. Meme stock rally rescues AMC theaters from $600 million debt. Cable ISP warns excessive uploaders, says network cannot handle heavy usage. Visa wants to work with exchanges, wallets on digital gold Bitcoin. Robinhood is still severely limiting trading, customers can only buy one share of GameStop. We spoke to a guy who got his dick locked in a cage by a hacker. Suspected Russian hack extends far beyond SolarWinds software, investigators say. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Electric vehicles are getting closer to having their moment in St. Louis if it hasn't arrived already. Intensive care unit nurse honored by family after helping deliver baby through COVID. You paid for it. Belleville residents want answers from city over long-delayed demo project. Governor Mike Parson, pharmacy firms agree, COVID vaccine doses won't go to waste. ATF adds money for reward double homicide that killed St. Louis father, daughter. Reports, St. Louis Cardinals land Nolan Arenado in mega deal. Lincoln County hosts first mass COVID vaccine drive-through clinic. St. Louis police investigating after man reports being shot multiple times on I-70. Mass COVID vaccination drive-through site opening in St. Clair County next week. Reward increases to $40,000 to catch the killer of a St. Louis 7-year-old and her father. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. U.S. Capitol surrounded by fence, troops' threats continue. CDC issues federal mask mandate effective next week on planes, mass transit, taxis and trains. With some restrictions lifted, local restaurant ready for anything and everything. SeaWorld San Diego sets reopening date. Hospitalizations continue to decline as county reports 1,670 new cases, 37 deaths. Snow draws Sandigans to Mount Laguna. 1 dead, 7 injured in San Isidro water rescue. I got mine. O.J. Simpson receives COVID-19 vaccine. Oceanside man dies after being found buried in snow on Mammoth Mountain. Coachella, Stagecoach festivals cancelled for April 2021. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Is Jordanian intelligence spying on Jordanian citizens for NSA and CIA? Millions of leaked police files detail suffocating surveillance of China's Uyghur minority. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. UK prepares for mass immigration from Hong Kong. Vegan eggs from America cracking Chinese market via fast food chain. Leaks, assemble, Chinese retail investors show solidarity with GameStop stock buyers. Some of us did not die. The movies of Fan Popo, China's trailblazing LGBTQ filmmaker. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, January 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Johnson & Johnson vaccine could help reach herd immunity quicker. San Francisco restaurants see boost in businesses they open for outdoor dining. Vaccine shortage, fewer Marin County residents will get first dose than past weeks. New Trans-Bay Rail, BART, Capital Corridor unveil plans. Storm damage, mudslide sinks PG&E workers' truck in Santa Cruz. East Bay teachers caution against resuming in-person instruction. Educators push back on California's reopening plan. California coaches, student-athletes rally to safely reopen youth sports. President Donald J. Trump Day, Ohio lawmakers call for new holiday. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. WHO team visits second Wuhan hospital in virus investigation. Knicks snap 3-game losing streak with 102-81 rout of Cavs. Big week of Australian Open tune-up tournament set to start. Korpisalo makes 31 stops, Blue Jackets beat Blackhawks 2-1. Leonard, George Stellar and returns as Clippers thump Magic. Kings hold off Raptors 126-124 for third straight win. Will Pedersen's bat provide big boost for Cubs lineup? How each county compares to state average for full COVID-19 vaccinations. Des Plaines Church mourns for Arlington Heights woman killed while sledding. Dominiak withdraws as Antioch mayoral candidate. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle's Gas Works Park nominated for title of Best City Park by USA Today. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Lebanon, the Republic of North Macedonia, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Green alert for tropical cyclone Ana 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in Australia January 29, 2021, 1947 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Panama January 29, 2021, 1314 UTC, 590,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in Costa Rica January 29, 2021, 12:41 UTC, 560,000 people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, January 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Windy weekend, here's how strong our winds will be. Johnson & Johnson vaccine 85% effective against severe COVID-19 disease. Dear friend of Cicely Tyson, she was a true, iconic blessing. John Chaney, Temple's commanding basketball coach, dies at 89. Man dies in Katy area double shooting that injured 5-year-old. Houston man has double lung transplant after getting COVID-19. Lawyer calls D.C. riot on American as third Houstonian arrested. Toys R Us retrenches again, shutters its last 2 U.S. stores. Live with Kelly and Ryan honored to conduct last interview with Cicely Tyson. Texas will require students to take the STAR test in person. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. United Arab Emirates says it will offer citizenship to some. NFL scrambles to keep charitable Super Bowl events in Tampa. No income, 2,000 mouths to feed, lockdown squeezes Greek zoo. Biden warns of growing cost of delay on $1.9 trillion econ aid plan. Police tighten Congress security in era of rising threats. Jazz finish sweep of Mavericks 120-101 for 11th straight win. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Cuomo announces weddings, at 150 people maximum, can resume in March. Extra, why wombats poop cubes. Most nursing home staff in NY are skipping the COVID-19 vaccine, and no one really knows why. Andrew Yang says that scrapping gifted programs would cause some families to leave NYC. Who's running for Queensboro president? Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. The 29th Outsider Art Fair now open in for NYC galleries and Electric Lady Studios. The race to legalize online sports betting in NY, Cuomo versus state Democrats. Trailblazing actress and civil rights activist Cicely Tyson dead at 96. Indoor dining will return to NYC on Valentine's Day. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Moderate earthquake, 5.4 mag was detected near Bengkulu in Indonesia. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag strikes near Gorontalo in Indonesia. Minor earthquake 3.14 mag, 63 kilometers Anapatilo, Puerto Rico. Minor earthquake, 3.5 mag was detected near White City in New Mexico. Minor earthquake 3.2 mag, 129 kilometers south by southeast of Sand Point, Alaska. Moderate earthquake 5.3 mag, Komandorskaya Ostrova, Russia region. Light earthquake 4.8 mag, 55 kilometers southeast of Calana, Peru. Light earthquake 4.1 mag was detected near Turpan in China. Minor earthquake, 2.8 mag has occurred near Port Orford in Oregon. Light earthquake 4.5 mag, 85 kilometers southeast of Ketsura in Hibaru, Japan. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Internationally, COVID-19 extracted a heavy toll on older people. How COVID-19 adds to the challenges of leprosy-affected people. Lebanon, how to build back better after political and economic crisis. Elections in Africa go on amid COVID-19. Despite petitions and mounting pressure, Namibia government proceeds with sale of 3% of country's last elephants. French editor pays tribute to civil rights icon Angela Davis. Cuban farm explores sustainability by hand. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Tony Blair, inevitable global vaccine passports should be implemented now. The Internet war on Wall Street did what government could not, it united America. Long-term mask use may contribute to advanced stage lung cancer, study finds. How Central Intelligence Agency created Signal Messenger app. Investors issue class action lawsuits against Robinhood over GameStop stock trading ban. UK wants to use children as covert agents to spy on their parents. After COVID, Davos moves to Great Reset. Lawyer Linwood asked to undergo mental health evaluation by State Bar. Facebook bans Robinhood stock traders group with 157,000 members. America's half a century of war in Somalia comes to an end, sort of. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Moving on from QAnon, experts say these tips could help. Ex-FBI lawyer given probation for Russia probe actions. GameStop soars again, Wall Street bends under the pressure. Is this a new animal species taking over Chernobyl? West Virginia newspaper publisher sues Google, Facebook. Does cracking your knuckles cause arthritis? Was creator of Bernie Mittens taxed out of business? Do Oreos have Lady Gaga-themed cookies? Toys R Us retrenches again, shutters its last 2 U.S. stores. Is alleged Capitol rioter Kevin Seafried a registered Democrat and Biden supporter? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Viral posts distort the WHO guidance on COVID-19 tests. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. 5 products scouted readers bought most of this January. Inside the Villages, a Florida retirement haven that's so much more than sex and scandal. We Are, the Brooklyn Saints' Netflix's failed attempt to recreate the cheer magic. This ex-SNL star is giving MyPillow guy the floor for his conspiracy rants. Bill Maher pushes Steve Bannon Wuhan lab COVID conspiracy. The unbelievable work of Cicely Tyson and Cloris Leachman. How the inauguration inspired the next generation of black fashion designers. The bill that could make congressional stock scandals a thing of the past. How did this 22-year-old manage to hijack Philly's vaccines? These Danish royals have been forced into exile by a family feud. The next headlines are from the New York Post. WHO team visits second Wuhan hospital in COVID-19 investigation. Packers-led defensive coordinator Mike Pettini go. Ken Griffey Jr. hired as MLB senior advisor. New net Norval Pele expected to join team in Washington. Babies develop COVID-19 antibodies from mothers in the womb, study. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The beginning to the end of the universe. Looking for life in the universe. 50 years since Apollo 14, mission to Fromero. The sky this week. See the zodiacal light. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Deadly winter storm system moves east with 100 million inches path. The Mars Perseverance rover landing will be the most difficult ever. Novavax offers first hopeful vaccine trial data on COVID variants. Florida University has trained dogs to detect COVID-19. South Africa variant found in U.S. as fear grows over new strains. Major storm pounding Northern California heads south. Thousands evacuate as torrential rain triggers California mudslide. White House Chief of Staff on vaccine rollout and reopening schools. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Drawn with drones over the salt flats of Bolivia. 17-year-old discovers planet 6.9 times larger than Earth on third day of internship with NASA. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. CIT, giant chunk of California Highway 1 falls into ocean. Black St. Louis man died in hospital parking lot after being refused treatment, family says. Hilton Valentine, longtime guitarist for the Animals, dead at 77. Coachella is cancelled for second straight year due to COVID. COVID tests for sale in vending machines at Oakland Airport. Second gentleman is added to dictionary. Police officer Brian Sicknick, killed by mob that stormed Congress, to line honor at U.S. Capitol. Lawmakers push for Donald Trump Day in Ohio. Stocks sink Friday amid worries over GameStop mania, investor revolt. On February 1st, McDonald's brings back spicy chicken McNuggets, mighty hot sauce for a limited time. The following headlines are from military.com. Air Force vet, Capitol Police officer Brian Sicknick to line honor at U.S. Capitol. After a year of domestic crisis, National Guard chiefs say the force needs to grow. Dismissals and discipline at Air Force Academy after 249 cadets investigated for cheating. Judge okays extradition of former Green Beret and son wanted in ex-Nissan boss escape. These are the official Space Force ranks. Putin signs extension of last Russia-US nuclear arms treaty. Guard has to order from D.C. restaurant after food contract comes up short. No longer asleep at the wheel, Air Force to roll out new electronic warfare strategy. Chinese submariners patrolling South China Sea suffer serious psych problems, study finds. Facial hair petition gains momentum after Sma tells Force you will not have a beard. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. As the pandemic changes the way people shop, food co-ops offer some the chance to solve problems on a community level. Catholic schools on South and West sides hit hard by pandemic get $1.8 million donation. No deal on CPS schools reopening, but Mayor Lori Lightfoot insists in-person classes will resume Monday. CTU claims districts put safety dead last. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state administers record number of vaccines for third straight day with 58,357 doses. Lightfoot says indoor dining limits for Chicago restaurants will remain in place. Watch Live, Lightfoot, CPS chief provide update on reopening plan. Health advocates urge Illinois to involve more pharmacists to help give COVID-19 vaccines at assisted living sites. Illinois expands options for dentists to administer COVID-19 shots as vaccination effort lags behind other states. Column, Fresh Snow, Bridgerton and taking down the Christmas tree, 9 things I've liked lately. The Spin, Chicago aldermen launch Operation Safe Pump amid carjacking spike Kinzinger and Illinois fractured GOP Lightfoot, Pritzker on what it means to govern after George Floyd's death. Water affordability proposal hit City Council again in bid for long-term debt, shut-off solution, our mayors in Chicago, they come and go. The following headlines are from phys.org. Specific bacteria in the gut prompt mother mice to neglect their pups. Dewdrops on a spider web reveal the physics behind cell structures. Islands without structure inside metal alloys could lead to tougher materials. Accurate drug dosages with proton traps. Genes that dance to the circadian rhythm. By changing their shape, some bacteria can grow more resilient to antibiotics. Startup develops yeast-based COVID-19 diagnostic test. Scientists look to soils to learn how forests affect air quality, climate change. Americans like sports, but heterosexual men especially do. New study investigates photonics for artificial intelligence and neuromorphic computing. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, January 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Citizen scientists discover dozens of failed stars near Earth. Science was alive and well in the Dark Ages. What explains marijuana's skunky smell? Where did music come from? Here are the leading theories. A desktop quantum computer for just $5,000. Blood pressure 911 reviews, Fit Age Lab scam complaints or pills really work? Okinawa flat belly tonic reviews, scam complaints or powder tonic recipe works? Pro Mind complex reviews, does it work? Real consumer alert. Nutravesta Proven reviews, do Proven weight loss pills work or scam? The asteroid belt, wreckage of a destroyed planet or something else? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. What we learned from Apple's new privacy labels. World Cup leader Schwartz gets slim lead in first run of slalom. AP Week in Pictures, Global. Green carries UC Irvine past Hawaii 53-51. Rocket engine startup inks lease at Port of Moses Lake. China's first Yulong-1 nuclear reactor begins operations. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, January 30th, 2021. Bridge, January 30th, 2021. Horoscopes, January 30th, 2021. Wilmer Valderrama, listen and take notes. Ask Amy, I want to tell her what I know, but her husband might react badly. Harriet Cole, my neighbor brought this nightmare on all of us and she says she cannot fix it. Miss Manners, I resent them involving me in their sex life. Dear Abby, he casually mentioned his crime as if he'd done nothing wrong. Seattle hospitals rush out vaccines after freezer failure. Santa Clara County extends $0 bail schedule through June 30th. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. 3 Turkish sailors left behind in pirate attack return home. Students' medical setbacks fuel passion for nursing career. Unlikely path of game warden of Afro-Caribbean ancestry. Anglers wait for bait to freeze for ice fishing season. Johnstown natives book explores gambling, murder, the mob. Navy vet's troubled life transformed after rescue by dogs. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Terrorism-related convictions overturned for UK activists who blocked deportations. What's the path forward for Medicare for all? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, January 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Host immune classifier HEC may predict treatment response. Study finds potential therapeutic targets to inhibit colorectal cancer progression. Imaging zebrafish movements in 3D to better understand ALS disease. Arizona researchers develop smartphone-based COVID-19 test. BioNTech Pfizer Moderna vaccine largely effective against UK variant, sera from 40 patients show. Black lung cancer patients die sooner than white counterparts. Weak and strong cells bonding boosts body's diabetes fight. Yangtze River observational system to improve East Asian rainy season forecasting. A third of Americans say they are unlikely or hesitant to get COVID-19 vaccine. Researchers probe new territory in treating patients with lung cancer during pandemic. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Where will Bears land in NFL's off-season quarterback carousel? Teen boy shot in Little Village. Ride-hailing driver carjacked in South Shore, 3 people in custody. Attempted robbery reported near University of Chicago. Golden Apple teacher, returning to schools is the right thing to do. Person targets Lincoln Park businesses with ATM machines, police. Chicago outdoors, red-headed woodpecker, English major fishing quip, Wisconsin elk, winter bird baths. Cardinals to acquire Nolan Arenado from Rockies. Firefighter injured in Woodlawn blaze. Horoscope for Saturday, January 30th, 2021. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Budweiser takes the high road, Samuel Adams lets the horses loose. Schnucks to close South County store next month. FBI arrests another Missourian for Capitol riot. Top 5 best mass gainer supplements for weight and size. 6 best fat burner for women in 2021, reviews and buyer guide. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Detroit Piche rock trio Shadow Show return with live performance of newish tunes. Dog's maul 5-year-old boy and adult owner of Detroit home. These new polar bear cubs born at the Detroit Zoo are here to save us from ourselves. Rappmeyer warns of dark path for conspiracy peddling Republican Party. Opinion: before children go back to school, leaders must acknowledge COVID-19's disparate impact on BIPOC. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, January 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Houston Chamber Choir celebrates youth voices with the Time to Lift Up. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, there's a new breakfast sandwich in town. Families of Harding Strait raid victims sue city and HPD officers for civil rights violations. The Almond Bets Band give their blessings, live and in person. 4 thoughts on Deshaun Watson's trade request. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, the little things. Openings and closings, Cherry Block expands, the taco stand opens. The next headlines are about world records making news. India sets world record in COVID vaccine, fastest to reach 3 million shots in just 13 days, Sakshi English. Dina Asher-Smith sets world record in 60 indoor, CGTN. Chief Siam receives international recognition, WIBW. Boy, 12, breaks Guinness record with Star Wars Lego set, UPI News. The youngest AI programmer in the world is a 7-year-old Guinness record holder, the next web. Listen to the man who holds the world record for lowest vocal note, My Modern Met. World record, Lima Zanhefer Village Pashspa sells for 250,000 GN, Press and Journal. World record numismatic events achieve $90.68 million, Numismatic News. SSC Tuatara hits 282.9 miles per hour on third try at world record, Business Insider, Business Insider. 67-kilogram weightlifter Luigian clean and jerks unofficial world record of 190 kilograms, bar bend. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. A network of Twitter bots reportedly launched a smear campaign on Belgium's Huawei 5G ban. These 3D printed fish bots can swarm in school like their scaly counterparts. Hezbollah-linked cyber unit has been hacking into internet companies for years. 30% of SolarWinds hacking victims did not actually use SolarWinds software, feds say. Senators introduced legislation to help domestic violence survivors leave their abuser cell phone plans. How does the GameStop squeeze end? BlackBerry execs cashed out when Reddit sent their stock skyrocketing. Hyundai execs are reportedly worried about working with Apple. Netflix is testing a timer feature to pause a title after a certain period of time. This next-gen artificial heart is set to go on sale this year. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 122 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Taco in Russia at minus 64.66 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53.7 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. 9 Russian adventurers mysteriously froze to death. A new theory explains why. What's really going on with Elon Musk, the FAA, and Starship? It's the wombat's strange intestines, not its anus, that produces cubed poo. Cable ISP warns excessive uploaders, says network cannot handle heavy usage. No, Wall Street Bets isn't robbing Wall Street to help the little guy. 30% of SolarWinds hack victims didn't actually use SolarWinds. Robinhood's plan to democratize finance hit a GameStop-shaped speed bump, updated. COVID variants throw J&J vaccine a curveball, lowering efficacy to 66%. YouTube's new Clips feature lets users share 60-second clips of videos. 25 years later, Midway's lost MLB Jam arcade game has been found. The following headlines are from Raw Story. How the NRA laid the groundwork for the deadly Capitol riots. The sedition no one is talking about may be more damaging than the Capitol riots. Stephen Mnuchin's wife Louise Linton plays a cannibalistic killer in trailer for her weird new film. I'm out, longtime donor quits the GOP because they're absolutely controlled by Trump and QAnon. Mark Meadows came to D.C. as one of the wealthiest new congressmen, so why did he just liquidate $200,000 in stock? New bombshell report from Katie Porter reveals how corporations are destroying innovation at the expense of American lives. QAnon Congress member threatened defending freedom may require the price of blood, just days before the election. Trump loses another round, judge in fraud case orders former president to hand over docs and communications. George W. Bush speaks out as GOP civil war over impeachment intensifies. Congress should censure Marjorie Taylor Greene so she has the stink of living death on her career, columnist. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Sleek, legendary, huge, vulnerable, orcas are under threat. After enduring complete hell during the pandemic, food workers struggle to get vaccinated. Stop the Steal organizer called for execution of Trump's foes. GameStop store employees have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, Senator Tim Kaine is still harmonica dude. MSNBC trolls Donald Trump and Kevin McCarthy with a Jerry Maguire clip. Friday cat blogging January 29, 2021. Here's how to fix what's wrong with the United States. Cantor, Republicans need to end the fear campaign. In a pre-election video, Marjorie Taylor Greene endorsed political violence. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. An interstellar accident, or a piece of alien technology, The Washington Post. Music in space, a plan to beam a musical message to other planets, books and arts, The Economist. Justin Timberlake stars in new Apple TV Plus movie Palmer, What's on This Week, King5.com. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Study details how glutamate signaling works in the brain to enable neuronal communication, News Medical Net. Turning on the switch for plasticity in the human brain, Eureka Alert. 5 science-backed ways to reboot your biology in 2021, Psychology Today. Prototypical oncogene family MYC defines unappreciated distinct lineage states of small cell lung cancer, Science Advances. Human brain stem cells to be used to power AI system, ENT Magazine. Neuromorphic Computing Market 2021 to 2027 Valuable Strategic Analysis and Trends Global Players, IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, The Courier. Robot empowerment, a viable alternative to Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, to Genomica. 3D genome of the primate brain in high-resolution, technology networks. Stem cell AI, brain on a chip project aims to revolutionize computing power, URIC alert. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, January 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The next headlines are from OpenMinds.tv. Open Minds UFO Radio Newscast January 29, 2021. Special guest, Martin Willis. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The Travis Walton alien abduction. Did UFO kidnap Navajo County man? Angelia Joyner, journalist, ufologist, radio host, animal advocate, in memoriam. Skinwalker Ranch, UFOs, and life after death. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, January 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.